Hi guys, welcome to this week's Alakazam Live. Dave is back.
Yay!
Were you not?
Was I?
I don't know. Where were you?
I wasn't here, was I?
No, where were you? You were moving house.
I was moving house, so now we're in. There we go. There
Congratulations, and you're getting married this Saturday.
I am indeed. There we go.
And this week we're joined by two guests.
Yeah.
We're
excited that Harry's joining us over at the other table, and we're also joined by.
He's brought his Uncle Mark along.
Uncle Mark. There he is. Smile, Mark.
I'm just trying to get it straight. Hello, everyone. Is that now a split screen?
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks. Oh, that's great. Well done. Good.
Right, back to us. He's been on here for a minute. He's already doing me head in.
Yeah, well, you know, the whole build up to this. I mean, it was hard work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes has been a challenge, but we accepted it, and
we accepted it.
I think we won. So welcome to our live, and today I will read your message in just a moment. But today we're going to be chatting about a few tricks. Mark is here for a couple of reasons. One is his new gallery trick. So he filmed the performance earlier. We're going to drop that in. So if you're wondering what you can actually do with the gallery, you're going to see one of the many routines. I know you guys are filming the explanations.
Yeah, Mark's already done quite a few of them, but there's a few additional routines that we've come up with. The great thing about the gallery is it is going to be the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
Because it is a utility. We're coming up with stuff all the time. Also, when our new site goes live, there's going to be a place for all gallery owners to sort of convene and discuss the gallery.
And there's many of you as well. So it's going to be a great release. And I've actually been able to have a play around today, and I'm pretty excited about just a few of the bits that you can do with it. And there's so much more as well. And I know when you get it in your hands as well, you'll be able to create your own routines and handlings for it. We are going to be giving away a prize today, so stick with us for that. If you're new to our lives, I know every week we have people saying it's my first live. And
we got Rob Hill, his first live. Congratulations and welcome, Rob.
Oh, yes.
But we've got the usual suspects joining us. We got Rob Dodge, we got Ian Raymond Walker. We have got Steve Smith, Steve Black. Who else you got over there?
Ross, Dan Ives,
Rick Weston,
Carlisle, Cameron Walsh. So thank you so much for joining us. There's like 50 of you over there on a Tuesday afternoon. So
and Dan Ives.
The Dan Ivers.
The Dan Ivers.
Yeah, touring the UK soon. Does sound like a band, doesn't it? Or a group of some sort. The Dan Ivers.
Yeah.
I think you should run with that, Dan. Lovely job. Right, where do you want to start?
Shall we start by showing the people our brand new how-to video? Jamie Dawes has been put in charge of doing all our little how-tos, getting the new website ready so you guys know how to use everything. This is something that you mostly do know how to use, but I love these little videos. So let us show you the latest.
When you have a question to ask, you can use our new chat feature here at alakazam.co.uk. Simply look in the bottom right hand corner of your screen and click on the chat icon. Then type in your name and your email address into the designated fields. Once done, click Start Chat to begin your conversation. Simply type in your question and wait for a reply. You'll know which member of the team you're talking to because you'll see their name displayed in the top bar of the chat window. You'll also know they're replying when you see this dotted animation. And because our team is so experienced here at Alakazam, you'll be surprised just how much we know. Once you're done with your chat, click the X in the top corner and select End Chat. And that's how you use our new chat feature here at alakazam.co.uk.
So that's our chat feature. Obviously, don't ask us questions like how many bicycles in Beijing.
How many?
I believe there is 2 per household.
That
Only
doesn't
on
know
top.
what the song was, is it?
I don't know. What's the song?
There's
go?
2 per household in Beijing. It
I've
doesn't
never
know.
heard the song. What's the song?
5 million bicycles in Beijing? Isn't that it?
Yeah, it's an old song though, isn't it?
Well, it's probably higher then, isn't it? If it was 5 million,
How many households?
2.5 billion.
Right. So anyway,
Well, hold on a second. We've got some people saying hello from some places, so
Oh.
and times as well. So we've got 7. It's 7 in Colorado. I'll take that 7 a.m. Is it 8 a.m. in Florida? We'll be in Florida soon.
we will be in Florida
8
soon.
a.m..
Yeah.
Where else we got? Where else you got?
We've got New York City. We've got Greece.
Where's that?
Greece is in Europe.
No, not that. 212 here in.
I don't know what that is. Raymond Walker. What is that?
Mokti.
I haven't got a clue.
Don't know where that is. 9 million.
Oh, it's 2:15 in London. Tony Hawkins says we got Toronto, Canada. Hiya, Tom.
Yeah, 9 million bicycles in Beijing.
How many households? Is there roughly 2 per household?
21 million population of Beijing, Phil Smith.
Yeah, but how many households? Not everyone that lives there will have their own house. Some will be wives and husbands and children.
Can I just
I
say,
reckon I'm pretty-
This has got to be the weirdest live ever. 'Cause this
Don't
is-
come in here and start throwing your weight around.
We're sitting here,
Mr. Oh, I've been in a proper TV studio.
Yeah.
just going, and we're going like, what are they talking about?
8.75
We're
million
talking with
households.
our friends.
Yeah.
Beijing.
There's 54 people that are
Alright,
enjoying
can we
this.
just say there is a lot of bicycles in Beijing.
How many? That's all we want to know. Is it that
How
hard?
many?
Oh dear. It's actually getting quite intense in the chat room. People are like, what makes a household? Phil Smith says 8.75 million households in Beijing.
I would trust Phil Smith.
Yeah, I would.
He's a smart man.
Yeah,
think
Phil's a
he's
smart
he's
cookie.
A sucker for detail.
David
So
Blair says how many bicycle cards in Beijing? So there's 52 per deck. How many decks per household?
Oh.
I don't want to lose the viewers, so we won't go into that now. But
I remember once me and Spellman we were in Vegas and you rung up and wound up my wife. Do you remember?
I always ring up and wind up your wife.
No.
shall we do it now, live on air?
What was it?
Don't you remember when you asked her if bicycle cars were made of real bicycles? And she said, yeah. And
I
you
phoned
watched...
I phoned up Andy, and I think I said to Andy, do you sell triple faces? He was going, no, what do you mean? Do you mean like, bless him, he was going like, do you mean like, it's got one face on one side and like a half and half? I don't know, that's just a double face with a split card. I'm talking about 3 faces.
I do think, as horrible as it is, I do think it would be quite funny if you were to call him now and
Oh, that's naughty.
and ask him for some triple faces. If like actually we got them in stock now after the last order. All right.
Anthony said, water for Peter this week, no brew. No one made me a tea, Anthony. This is not what I'm used to. I'm on this.
Peter still hasn't learned how to make a cup of tea, so we didn't make him one this week.
No.
All right, brilliant. Shall we talk about some magic?
Yes, let's.
All right, where would you like to start? Here. Oh, there is something in the air today, isn't
Right. Cube to Chocolate is back in stock. If you do not know what this is one of the fastest selling products, I would say, of 2018.
I would agree.
Have we got a performance of you doing it? A
Yeah.
video of you performing it?
Shall we have a look?
Please.
Here we go. Okay. Pete,
David,
you know apps on phones have become very impressive these days.
they're very advanced.
Advanced is
Yes.
the word I was probably looking for. I have a little Rubik's Cube.
Mhm.
Place this on the table here, like this.
I know you like your Rubik's Cubes.
I love my Rubik's Cubes. I can solve them relatively quickly, but I found this app. I love looking for new apps, and there's one, it's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory app.
Right.
It's silly, right? But I love it. Look, let me hit it here. Perfect. And you almost bring whatever you touch to life, like in the film. So, you know, that what I do this, that should bring you some some candies, and there you have it. So with this app, you can literally turn anything into sweets. It's a bit like Taste the Rainbow advert. Oh!
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right, so that is Mini Cubes of Chocolate. They are now back in stock. And for those of you that ordered the Svenpad Ultimate, they sold out extremely quickly, but we have got more on their way to us. So we got the shipping notification, should be in either later this week or early next week.
Beautiful.
All right?
And I do love this.
Yes, this is great.
Starts as a cube,
Ends as chocolate.
ends as chocolate.
What's not to love?
There isn't anything not to love.
You love cubes.
Sorry, what's it?
What were we talking
You
about?
okay over there?
Yeah, we're going through the Beijing household.
We're googling it.
It's made it over to the other side of the room. Shall we talk to Mark as he's here?
Yeah, go on then. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
So, tell us what you've been up to.
What have I been up to? My goodness. Yeah, there's a lot actually. There's.
Great. Anyone got any questions for Mark?
Did you want to? Are you asking me or?
Yeah, no, please carry on.
Right, unbelievable. No, I've got a theatre show sort of in the works at the moment, and
Is it pantomime?
No, you have got a theatre show.
Yeah, but
when is that happening?
So I just get choked up talking about it. No, that's going to be in the new year. You know what's really interesting about the whole Britain's Got Talent thing, and I think like DNA, Jamie Raven, I think Richard Jones. I think a lot of people realise this, that you do the programme, and then it's sort of you get loads and loads of offers, loads of different things, but then things actually start to sort of come into fruition. Sort of like a good sort of 9 months later. Do you know what I mean?
It's not instant.
No,
It's very rare.
there's a lot of
It's very
talking.
instant.
So there's talk about there's lots of projects that I'm sort of currently working on, and there's some projects that I'm working on sort of magically for like magician friends and colleagues and that kind of thing. But performance-wise, it's really interesting. It's a definite change in the sort of performances you'll do. And there's a change in, like, it's not that I said this to Jamie Dawes, and that is that it's not that you work more, but the work that you do will be, will be.
Well, they're different jobs. The
Yeah.
attention you're getting now is from different areas.
Yes, yeah. So, but what's lovely about it, and what I particularly enjoy, is that your creativity level can go through the roof because you get asked to do some really sort of particular, sort of different sort of jobs. Rather than just turning up and doing a performance, they're saying, can Mark do this? Can he create this? Can he design this? And obviously, my background with illusions and magic and that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's been amazing. I'm truly humbled and very...
You've got something happening that you're going to be announcing soon for anyone living round North London, is
Yeah,
it?
it's going to be North London. Yeah, it's only that's a place called 40 Hall. I don't know if the tickets are on sale yet, but 40 Hall is this amazing old building, and it's one of these places that you go to. It's a bit like Eastwell Manor, Eastwell Manor.
We used to film our DVDs.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, but unless you know about it, you don't know about it. Do you know what I mean? And what I'm trying to do is do a very intimate performance. I think there's only 46 seats in each performance. I'm only doing 2 performances there, and that is just to raise awareness of the building and sort of spread the love a little bit and that kind of thing. But also there's some really unique stories. I totally wrote the story. The whole show is about a locket, believe it or not, and its contents and how it came to be at 40 Hall. A locket, yeah. Someone left one of those, yeah.
Something to base the show around.
Yeah.
A throat lozenge.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. So it's all good though. But it's interesting. It's and Peter, that we've got a couple of things in the pipeline.
Yes.
A couple of things that we can talk about, but we can't talk about.
No.
So we're coming into London for that tomorrow. So that'd be interesting. So yeah.
And the launch of your amazing new product, Mark.
The gallery, God, that's been a lifetime. I've been talking about releasing the gallery in one way or another for yonks, probably about the last 5 or 6 years. And I'm glad that I didn't release it 5 years ago, because I think some of the developments that it's gone through up until the final version, which is the one that's going to be released, I think it's really... it's a really, really good utility, and I say this with all honesty. Sitting down with people like Dave and Harry and Peter and Jamie and Colin as well, who we all know, even though I've designed the deck and even though I've kind of put some of the principles in there, you can get not overwhelmed, but you kind of you don't see the things. Like you said something earlier on today, Pete, and I was just like, oh my God, of course you can. Because of some of the marking principle and subtleties and the bits and bobs that are contained within it.
Well, the thing is, like you said, because today we're filming like, I don't know, 15 different routines. You've already filmed a load. But the fact is, a lot of these routines you came up with when you first started using the deck, which didn't have any of these subtleties in them. So you're still doing them the old way. And every so often I'm just going, yeah, but remember,
it's true. There is one. There's an effect that I do called the unusual suspects. The usual suspects, which is based on a Doc Hilford routine, and you'll see it if you get the gallery. You'll see what it is. It's a very straightforward routine, but it's powerful. But because of some of the hidden elements within the gallery as it stands now, it's actually even easier than when I'm performing it. And Peter's told me that today, and I was like, yes, of course you could do it that way. If you wanted to do it the easier way, I'd rather do it the harder way where I've got to memorise things. So it's been, I love doing stuff like this because you release it, and I think you had the same experience when you released Limitless, and you were saying that the guys at home just, I've come up with this, I've come up with this, I've come up with this. So I'm going to be in Blackpool in February. So if, obviously this will be well and truly out by then. So obviously any ideas that you guys have got, I'd love to hear them. I'll be lurking around at Blackpool for a couple of days.
At Blackpool, can you say what you're doing, or?
I'm doing a 1 hour lecture. Yeah. And a lot of that is going to be, it's going to be around the gallery, but some of the things that might make it to the videos might not, but also as well just the idea of using other things as opposed to playing cards in mentalism and reveals and blah blah blah. So it's only 1 hour, which if anybody's seen anything that I do, 1 hour's like, it's not long enough really. I've barely introduced myself, I think, in that time. And in terms of performance, I think I'm doing a 10-minute spot. I think it is 10 or 12-minute spot. But I'm doing in the gala, yeah. But I do 2 nights, and I do the same. I think it's the same performance each night because I think it's different.
Yeah, so they do different tickets, don't they? Yeah. But it's the same show. Yeah. But
it's becoming
different seatings.
Yeah, I'm loving the new format of it.
It's been a few years since I've been, so I only saw it in its original format. But I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've been there, so. It'll be good to be there.
Can I quickly ask a question for the audience?
Yeah.
Yesterday we were talking, I just want to see what people think, about revealing stuff.
Yes.
So revealing in terms of, is it more powerful to show the audience before you show the person who's directly spectating it? Do you remember what we were saying?
Yes.
So if I was doing something on Mark and he's thinking of Paris, is it more impactful that I write Paris down here, show Dave and Dad, and then for him to say what it is, so they already know, and then show you, or show you straight away? That was probably a really complicated way of saying it, but do you know what I mean?
I think that depends, doesn't it? I think that depends on what the routine is you're doing. But either way, you're going to get the impact, I think, because if you show the audience first, as soon as you mention Paris, the audience is automatically going to sort of react to it, whereas if it's the other way, you've got the sort of invisible deck type reveal where you say, and what was it, Mark? Paris. Mark, for the first time, what does it say? Paris, ladies and gentlemen, Paris. Boom. So both are going to work, aren't they? What do
Yeah.
you prefer, or do you just mix it?
I sort of tend to mix it up, but I do. I don't know. It depends. If I'm doing something that's sort of kind of psychological in look, then I don't mind showing the audience, you know, ahead of time. This is what I, you know, I'm getting from them, and then you say for the first time, name it out loud. Oh, it's the Eiffel Tower. So you get that. But I do think there's something to be said, and that is a good analogy actually. The invisible deck, you know, versus the brainwave deck, and that is that the card is face down. So there's something nice about, you know, getting them to name what it is and then turning that, because I think that ultimately that's it. That's to me.
I wouldn't show it if it was a reveal. If I said to you, Mark, and what was it you drew, and you said Paris, I wouldn't show the audience and then show you. I would show you first and then the audience. If that's what you meant, Harry, then I would always show.
See,
Mark,
but I think
and then the
Lior
audience.
Suchard does that. I think, you know, and I think he gets a good reaction from it. But I think he will show the audience. He'll sort of say, "I think it's like this," and he'll sort of turn it round and he sort of shows
but
it.
what I'm saying is, if you were to, if I got you to think of saying, I drew something and I said, Mark, for the first time, what was it?
Right.
And you said Paris. So now it's not as if I'm letting the audience into a secret.
No, I wouldn't do that.
But yeah, showing the audience
Yeah.
makes perfect sense, because then they're in on what's going on, aren't they? A bit like mind control,
Yeah.
which is great.
Because I done it the other day, and when I was doing BitBook, I showed Paris, but I showed it to the people who were not actually had Paris in their mind first. And I said, "This is what I've got, but hopefully it's right." And then I done it to him, and I thought it got better reaction.
Yeah, because as soon as he hears it, that's their reveal.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So you're just changing the reveal as such, you know. But that's
Oh, someone's watching from Bulgaria, by the way.
Oh, hello.
He says he loves your work, Mark.
Oh, and you know what? I don't think I've ever been to Bulgaria, but now that you've said that, I'm going to make the journey. I've got one fan out in Bulgaria. Hello, sir. What have we got a name? Wow, Ivelo
Yeah, Cinepol.
Sinopol.
Yeah, one of our customers.
Ivelo. Thank you very much for your support. Lots of love to you and yours.
What do you think about this Thompson?
What's this?
He's just sent another.
It hasn't come up on mine
this
yet.
guy said, "Thank you for your show in Britain's Got Talent." He got an idea from it. He wrote a letter, which he put in an envelope. After that, he did use it for different things like screen tester false words in the letter.
Oh.
That is Anti Lavanti.
And yeah.
Question here for you from Avelo.
He said, "What do you think about stooging?"
Stooging. I'm not. I don't. I think it depends in what context stooging is used. I don't use stooges myself, but then I think it depends. I think there's so many performing areas. I think like in terms of a live performance on an audience, I wouldn't really use a stooge because I think it's very easy for audiences to talk, and I think a lot of the work that a lot of people perform when they're performing for companies. So if you're performing for a company, and imagine I've asked Sarah to pretend to play along, and she's, you know, one of the workers within that company. After my performance on the Monday, when they're all back at work, it's very easy for someone to say, "Oh God, that was amazing, Sarah, when he did this, this, and this," and then for Sarah to go, "Actually, he told me what to say." And then now I think your credentials, the impact you've had will be greatly reduced, because then I think that a lot of what you've done has been in that context. So I think if you're performing for a company, I would never use a stooge, because no matter what, you never know if someone's going to talk or not, and that's the main thing. I think if you're doing a television program, I think sometimes, you know, people use stooges because it might add to an effect, and ultimately it's a different style of performing. And I think if you're doing a theatre show, that's a very different style of performance, because the audience don't know each other. So if you did have one person in there that was a stooge that was somehow helping within the context, ultimately what we do as a profession is dishonest. When we say the card goes in the middle of the pack, it's not. When we say that we have no idea what word they're thinking of, we do. So the idea of using a stooge is just kind of like another form of deception in a way. I think sometimes we frown upon it, but you know, I'm not for or against it. I think if everything you do relies on a stooge, then maybe you should try a different profession. If you use it every once in a while just to enhance a routine, then it's not bad. But it's the time and the place.
Yeah, good.
Question.
Yeah.
Oh, it's moved. Sorry, 1 second.
There was one from Roger Thompson that says, "Do you use a Swami writer? If so, which do you prefer?"
That was a one.
Okay, I love nail writers, Swami writers, boon writers. Yeah, the ones that I've used, I don't really get on with the under the nail writer, but then our friend Mark Salem uses an under the nail writer all the time and swears by it. I think it's one of those things. They're relatively inexpensive, so if you're considering using one, I'd say just get a few in. I think the under the nail writer, I think you buy a packet of 5 of them for. It's not a lot, is it? It's like sort of 10 quid or 8 quid or something like that. It's one of those things. One size doesn't fit all. You kind of got to just try it and see what works best for you. I use 2 types of writer. I use a boon writer, which is like a disc that sticks to your thumb. Vernay do a really, really good one at the moment with sort of grease marker, so it looks like a Sharpie pen. And the other one that I use is actually one that's sort of homemade, and that is I've got a really realistic thumb tip. I think it was a Thumbs Up. Is that from the guys in?
From Hot Tricks.
Yeah, from Hot Tricks. And all I've done on that is I've taken a bit of coat hanger and heated it up, pushed it through the thumb tip that creates like a bit of a channel, a bit of a like a tunnel if you like, and then put a piece of pencil lead in there with a dot of super glue on the inside, and that holds it inside. And the thumb, it's just the end of a thumb tip. It's not the whole.
And Vernay do those as well.
Yeah, but the one that I use is cut right down, so it's literally the last phalange of the thumb.
The last
phalange, the last. Is that what it's called? Phalange?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The last part of the thumb, because the one restriction with a thumb tip writer, is it phalange?
Metatarsal. That's the last bit. Metatarsal.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah.
Go with phalange though.
That bit there.
Sorry, Chris.
What was that, Chris?
Yeah, he's right, it's phalange.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks.
It
Right.
isn't. Is it really?
Yes. What do you think? I just made that up.
Yeah,
Your
of
fingers
course.
are metacarpals, I know that.
Yeah, but it is phalange.
I've only ever heard that on Friends.
So sorry, so thumb writers, getting back to the really serious issue, I do use them. What's that routine by Ted Karmolowicz? It's target number.
Yeah.
Target
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
Really, really good. Really strong effect. Look it up.
Stacey Thornton just said, all in capital letters, "Oh wow, just seen this on my Facebook feed and got to watch Mr. Spellman. I think you're amazing, and the magic you do." Let me like
Is
that.
intriguing and phenomenal.
Yeah, sorry, I just keep shutting up, so I couldn't see the full thing. But yes.
Oh, thank you, Stacey. Stacey has been really sweet and very supportive ever since my journey on BGT. So thank you, Stacey. That's really sweet of you. Thank you for messaging and for all your lovely comments. They're very nice.
So I think we should, for those of our viewers that don't know what the gallery is, I think firstly we should have a quick look at the trailer. So let's go to the gallery trailer.
During my performing career, I have asked literally thousands and thousands of people to either think or choose a playing card. Nine years ago, I designed a pack of photo cards. I truly believe revealing an image rather than a playing card leads to more possibilities, more interesting moments of process. If you think about it, a playing card can only ever be red or black. It can only ever be high or low. Whereas an image can evoke certain emotions, can take you to certain places, make you see certain colours, even imagine tasting certain tastes. Whilst completely innocent looking, they do hold two very useful principles. These two hidden elements provide you with the ability to perform some truly hands-off mentalism, mind reading and memory techniques. The download has more routines than you could possibly ever need, along with numerous subtleties, techniques and principles explained in complete detail. Some of the routines include 3 versions of Out of This World using photographs. I'm actually finally releasing my much cherished PM00TW. It is arguably one of the strongest things I think I've ever come up with. Peter Nardi, my good friend, has also contributed Foreseen, a fantastic prediction effect which I've incorporated with social media. Also included are a number of devious gimmicks for various effects, including my unpublished effect, Apparition. With the photo pack and the presentations that I describe on the download, you could literally perform a 15-minute set and no one in your audience would associate what you've done with being a card trick. I can't tell you how proud I am and excited to share with you the gallery.
Right, so that was the gallery. There's quite a few questions coming in about when is it actually going to be released.
Yeah, a little bit of hate as well about 2020 and all that. I mean, I know our site's been some time, guys, but
the
it's gonna be
site,
working.
just to let you know, I wasn't going to mention the site this week.
No.
We do it every week.
It was going to be our release night, aren't it?
Yeah, it was. Tonight was supposed to be the big night.
What would they rather though? Rush it out and have no real changes, or a complete overhaul of new features?
They probably have us get it out when we said we were gonna.
Yeah,
with all the new features.
Bearing in mind, I am just as frustrated, maybe even more so,
I think so,
than you guys.
You're on the phone every single day.
But it is happening.
You're
it's
the one
getting
paying
there.
the bill that's ever increasing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, to be fair, where we are at the moment is the site is built. The site is on our new server. It's there. It's being tested. We're all on it. We're testing it every day. But there's just little things that we want changing beforehand, like the front page layout. At the moment, the products are massive. It looks nice, but they're big. We can make them smaller. It's basically just tidying up, and a few of the bits in the back end for us we need sorting out so we can be as efficient as we possibly can with everything. So the site is there, the new site's there. It's just waiting for that moment where we think, okay, we'll go live now and then we'll tweak as we go along. But at the moment, we're still in that position where we're making a couple of final tweaks to what we want to launch it as.
Yeah, we wanted it ready by Christmas last year, and it will be ready by Christmas this year.
Yeah,
so,
fingers crossed.
You know, it's ready by Christmas. We kind of hit our target.
Just forgot to tell them what year we were expecting it.
Yeah. But we did have Mark film earlier, going back to the product, we did have Mark film a performance on us earlier.
Yes, we did. Before we say that,
yes.
They are due in stock either later this week or next week, so I should think they'll start shipping out soon.
Can we explain why there's been a bit of a delay on them? And that is the card box design.
Yes, please do. Let's go to split screen. No, let's just move to Mark and Harry.
Are we going to go straight over to us?
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was doing our website.
Yeah, no, just to let you guys know that the decks actually went into production. God, how long ago was that, Pete? 4 weeks ago. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So we wanted to. The original card box that I conceived was a plain looking card box, and it just sort of had memory system 104 on it, on different numbers and things, to sort of have a sort of scientific look to it. And then just sort of as the deck evolved, I wanted to have it as something that like it was a tool to learn for memory and education and that kind of thing. So the card box design changed at the 11th hour,
and that is pretty much what we're waiting for. So once they're in, then obviously all the decks go inside them, and then you get them, and they're all cellophaned up. So they are on their way. It won't be long.
That's good because I didn't want to say anything, but I didn't actually like the first box design. Not gonna lie.
That's all right. That's okay. That's okay.
Right,
That's fine. There's
has
no issue.
Also, Mark, who it was, said, can they have the videos before the products launch? As soon as all the videos are edited and uploaded, we will start. There are a lot of videos. I mean, you brought down how many yesterday? About 8?
Something like that.
8 different videos. So I will start putting them into people's accounts so you can start catching up with them. So yeah, just keep an eye on your account. So if you buy them, you should see these things start to appear in your account very, very soon. But while Mark was here, he did film a trailer. Not a trailer, a performance. So we're going to cut to the performance now. This is a trick using the gallery.
Mark, the gallery. I've heard so much about this. Show me something from the gallery.
I would love to show you something from the gallery. This is, first of all, we have to establish for the guys at home that every image is different. You can see that, Dave.
Okay.
Have a look through.
Yeah.
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 All
8 ball,
different.
dice.
Lots of different images. The idea
Yeah.
behind these are to sort of mix them up, memorize them. That's the fundamentals of what they're for.
Right.
However, I like to use the images because I think they're really sort of strong and powerful things for people to think of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try and do as much of this like with my back turned, if that makes sense. So, Dave, can you cut a portion of cards over to one side? And I genuinely am going to look away so I can't approximate how many you're cutting.
Okay.
Wherever you've cut to, can you take that card, that image, and have a look at it? But don't show Peter or anyone, you have a look. And Peter, can you actually get involved on this and take the next image as well? Bear in mind these were just shuffled up, so I have no idea what you're looking at, Dave. I have no idea of what you're looking at, Peter. Dave, can you put your image back on top where you cut? And Peter, can you put yours down? And then now, can you reassemble the deck, put the cards back on top?
Yep, done.
Yeah, so that's pretty fair, yes?
It's very fair, Mark.
Right, lovely. And Peter, can you now give the cards just a couple of cuts? Just give them one cut, high or low, whatever you want. So now, even if I were to turn around and try to approximate roughly where David cut, it would be impossible for me to do that. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So right now, genuinely, 2 statements of facts that I'm going to make right now. Statement number 1, I promise you, I have no idea what you're thinking of.
Right.
Likewise, I have no idea what you're thinking of because you genuinely could have cut anywhere you liked.
Yeah.
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 The other statement of fact, though, is that I do know one thing, and I know that both of your images are together because you only cut in one position. You took a card, an image, and looked at it. Peter, you looked at an image, right?
Yeah.
And then you replaced them back. So I know that they're together, right? So Dave, what I'm going to do is I don't want to touch these cards. Can you pick them up for me? And I'm going to ask you to, so we can split the images, all right? So the best way of doing that is rather than going through and trying to find them, just go back and forth dealing the cards. So you're going to split somewhere along the line. Those images are going to be split. We don't know exactly where, which is the mystery, but they will be split somewhere. Lovely dealing. Nicely done, Dave. You've practiced.
I'm just practicing my seconds.
Is it? Is that all seconds?
Yeah.
Fantastic. But hopefully you'll agree. This is pretty fair, yeah? I can't know what images you have. And out of the 2 of you, I'm going to say right now, and I don't want to be offensive when I say this, but Peter, I think your mind is a lot easier to read. I think you're an easier person to read.
Yeah, I'm very open as a person.
Open, susceptible, vulnerable, whatever you like. You know, well, yeah, sort of easy. You know, there's lots of different ways of looking at it, but yeah, we'll go with open.
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 I'm an open book.
So, I'm gonna just see whether or not we can. I'm gonna have a look at this packet first. Now, I'm not 100% sure whose image this is going to be, but if you just look at me for a second, Peter, and just genuinely visualise your card, the image that was on there, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
3 questions about it, and that's all I'm going to ask you. Is it bigger than a house?
No.
Is it something you can comfortably hold in your hands?
Yes.
And do you have one?
No.
Okay, all right. All right. This could even be might not even be the right one. This could be, for all I know, that might not be the right image. But I'm going to put that there, and we'll leave that there. Dave.
Yeah.
Can you visualise your image?
Yeah.
But now you can lie or tell the truth. It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Is it bigger than a house?
Yes.
Is it something you could comfortably hold in your hands?
No.
Do you have one?
No.
And bearing in mind, all of those answers could have been complete and utter lies, okay? But we're also going to do it slightly differently with you as well, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to deal through these cards like this without even looking at them and getting a sense. And bear in mind, these were mixed up. Peter cut these cards. Thanks.
I'm just trying to.
Point at either one of those cards for me. Peter, for the very first time, what was the image you were thinking of?
A hot dog.
A hot dog, okay. I was looking at the right packet. You can see that we have the hot dog image there.
Nice.
But that was, I did say that you were quite easy to read.
Open.
Right? I did.
You said
open.
I was
You were quite
open.
open.
Like an open
But Dave,
book.
and remember, these were mixed up. You cut any way you liked.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the faces of these ones. What was the image you were thinking of?
It was a bent fork.
A bent fork. Look, anything like that.
Ooh.
Perfect. Very good.
That is brilliant. Right, so that was a performance of Mark performing from the
Oh dear.
performing from the gallery. Guys, this is in.
You hear it on there so loud. You hear it so loud.
So, let me show you this. It's here. Chris, bring me in. So here we go. We've got October's newsletter. And as per usual, we have been Doctor. This is a Halloween theme, isn't it, David? Right.
Oh, this is space.
And you know what? I think we should cut to a trailer of the gecko and then come back.
Oh no.
Imagine having the freedom to improvise miracles with almost any borrowed object. With the Gecko Pro, that fantasy becomes a reality. Now you can vanish, restore, or completely transform everyday objects in a blink of an eye. Best of all, your hands and sleeves can be shown completely clean after the effect. Within minutes of receiving your package, you'll be performing mind-blowing effects at your own free will. Unlock your creativity with Gecko Pro.
Right, so that was the trailer to the brand new Gecko. Now we're going to try and show you this, if we can.
Can I just say something about this? Or?
Please.
Okay. The Gecko.
Yes.
So, I think if you're into social media, you'll get some uses out of this. I think they're quite particular in the way they've shot it for a reason. I would say it's not a terrible product, because it does do what you see it do. But if you in your mind have got this that you're going to go out and work with it, I think that it's going to take a lot of practice to get into it smoothly, to make sure that your angles are right on it. I mean, at the end of the day, it does vanish objects. I wouldn't go any bigger really than a coin or a pen. I know in the trade,
weight's always an issue with these things, and I wouldn't trust any device like this pulling someone's phone away.
Yeah, and he is quite a distance from him as well, like when it's happening. And I would say bring that back. You're going to be more closer to yourself than out here. So yeah, if you would do social media, you know you get a lot of value out of visual moments of magic, and that trailer you could probably recreate. Yeah. Whereas if you're going out and you're looking to perform it, I am still a massive fan of the Raven. I think that's on the back of the hand, you make the coins smaller or vanish. I think that's a more practical way to go. Yeah. But you know, things are created for many reasons, and social media is now a platform which probably a lot of
many magicians,
it's easier to get on social media and have your own thing on social media than it is to go and get paid to do a gig. So actually, you know, it may have a place for you, but for me, I'm sticking with the Raven. So.
Cool. Okay, so now we're going to go on to phone cam to show you this. It's the brand new October newsletter. So we'll try and bring that in to show you. So here we go. David, would you like to talk us through this beautiful edition of the Halloween-inspired newsletter?
Okay, sure. So here we have The Gallery, new release. Coming out soon.
By Mark Spellman.
Yeah. Mark the Ripper Spellman. This is Halloween edition. Here we have Peter
as Gomez, Adams.
Yeah, there we go. Myself over there. I don't really know the character name.
Lurch.
Thanks. That's me. Sarah.
As Morticia. Oh, nearly showed Andy then. There's Sarah as Morticia.
Let's go see Andy, and then we'll go up to John.
Andy.
What are you doing?
Up a little bit.
Where's he going?
As Uncle Fester. AD really did excel this month. John Carey as Cousin It.
And last but not least, always looking lovely as a lady.
Is it Wednesday, Adams?
Yeah.
Wednesday. There he is, my little Harry.
I'm loving the detail that goes into these. Are we still going to be working on that bumper edition?
We are looking at it, but there it is. Look, in all its glory.
We have people collecting these now. So, yeah, do make sure you get yours with every purchase while stocks last.
Yes.
Every purchase, obviously, other than instant downloads, but you can download them on the site?
Not at the moment. When the new site goes live,
there we go.
Hopefully we're going to have all of the issues, all the back issues available for you. If you purchase digital goods from us, you'll be able to download one of these. But yeah, AD really did excel on this one. It's a great addition. Right. The other thing that we wanted to talk about as well is this book, The Magic of Jeff Latter, The Long Goodbye, which is a book on Jeff's coin magic, I believe.
Andy has been going crazy for this, hasn't he? He's been waiting for this to come in, and he's got his copy, so I know he will be reading it, probably taking no time at all, and he's got his book corner. So for full information on this, watch this space. All I would say though is they are selling very quick, and I know that Penguin, who I believe are reproducing this.
Penguin are the publishers of it.
So even they said that their first run is pretty much gone. So we've got, I think, 7 in stock left. So if you like it, pick it up as soon as you can. If not, watch this space for Andy's book corner, and then it probably might be too late for the first run for that. But it does have a trailer, I believe. Do we have that?
I don't think we've got the trailer for it, but you can check it out on our website. There's not many left, and as Dave said, I believe these will most probably be out of print as of next week, so grab yourself a copy while you can. And I think that's sort of...
Well, hold on.
What?
Because H is over there.
Yeah.
But he went out and done his second gig the other day.
Oh,
So maybe we should speak about this because he's performing to celebrities now.
yes.
apparently.
Let's do a bit of a. Well, go over to H and Mark. H is on his phone.
Yeah, replying to people on the chat.
There he goes.
Philip Carlisle said he loved my article about my first gig. So I said,
Ah,
thank you so
this-
much, Philip.
That's in the.
Halloween.
Oh, that was that in this.
August, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you've got. If he hasn't read October, that's got what happened. The first part of what happened during your gig.
Is that the positives or negatives?
Negatives.
Okay, yeah. That's a good read. That's quite funny. But
So yeah, you done another gig last week.
yeah, I done another gig with Lewis again. It was a corporate one, quite nerve-wracking. It was up London Tan, and I don't know, ended up performing Magic to Gareth Southgate, which was amazing. I'm a big football fan, so I got to ask him all the questions, i.e., why are Tottenham players so bad?
What's
The
the
ones you
offside
wanna know.
rule?
What?
What's the offside rule?
Yeah, well, I know that. Do you know the offside? Honestly,
Yeah.
do you know the offside?
Yeah.
I even know the offside.
Dad, you literally... Right, this is funny, right? And I know for a fact Dad's going to try and play this off, but I promise you this is what happened, right? So we're on the tube, right, coming home, and Dad gets a message. So Lewis sends him the photo of Lewis, Gareth and myself, right? So he sent that to Dad. Dad replies, who is that? Another magician or something, right? Knowing full well, or he thought it was me that sent this, so he... When I got home, said he was trying to be funny.
I was trying to be funny because
you wasn't.
I said to Mum, and you can ask Mum, look, there they are with Gareth Southgate. So I thought
This guy.
Harry had sent me the
Oh, there
message.
we go then.
So I said, Harry, who's that? Another magician. Then I realised it was Lewis that sent the message.
Right.
So I just said the message back again, ha ha,
Yeah.
just a joke.
Haha, right? I know for a fact he asked Mum, because Mum knows more about football and sport probably than Dad ever will, no offence.
I know what the offside rule is though.
Dad, alright, I'm not going to get into that, but I know you don't know what the offside rule is. So, yeah, it was really fun. We ended
A
up doing
striker
magic.
cannot be in front of a defender when the ball is...
You're
kicked there.
googling. You're
Yeah,
not-
he's got his, look, he's Googling, he's
No,
schmoogling.
I'm filling out my page.
Alright, Dad
I
knows
know
what the offside
rule
alright.
is.
Mum's
Thank
obviously
you
told
very
him then,
much.
isn't she? Right, Mum's told him. Anyway, yeah, so, no, it was really fun. We was doing magic to people at their desks, and it was very enjoyable. There's a video, which is actually on my Instagram, if you want to see it. And basically, Lewis was recording something, which was funny because it was the only time a trick went wrong there, which was good because it only happened once, but obviously when it happens, it's not good. And you hear me think out loud and say, oh, this has gone wrong, I don't know what to do from here. And then I realised I've got a little safety net on me, so I used that to get out of it, and it was alright. In the photo or the video was actually Ben Hamlin's brother or stepbrother, brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law it was, yeah.
Yeah, which was nice. He came up to me at the end and we was having a little chit chat. But no, it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I was using a little cube thing, which was very good. You can find out what it was in the newsletter. But yeah, it was great. Very good. Enjoyable.
And I've seen that clip where you got it wrong, and I have to say, I think you handled it way better than I would have done back in the day. Because it actually doesn't look like you've got it wrong. It looks like that's part of your trick, which was honestly.
That was funny actually because Lewis said when I finished, he was like, "Oh, that was really good what you done there," and I was like, "What?" And he went, "Well, pretend like you messed it up," and I was like, "No, I actually messed it up. I'll tell you why I messed it up, and I might do what you used to do with the little. Do you want to explain your packet trick thing? What you used to do with the little wallet?"
Oh, yeah, they know that. I told them that, didn't I? I said that in the thingy. I used to have one of those little packet wallets for my first close-up gig. You know, little packet trick wallets. And I'd have a list. And on one side was a list of tricks that needed a bit of a setup, like Chicago Opener or cutting the aces or something like that. And in the other half were tricks that I could do completely impromptu with a deck of playing cards. And it was just a memory thing. So I could go up to a group of people, if I had a memory blank, where if someone said to me, you know, go on then show us another one, and when you start out, your nerves, you know, after a while you sort of get set with, you know, you just know what you're doing. But in the early days, you know, the nerves can creep in and affect, you know, your focus. So I used to have this wallet, and I'd literally reach into my, if I had a blank, I'd reach into my wallet and go, actually, I could show you, no. I might show you this a bit later, and put it in my pocket.
Just never come back to it.
And it was, you never come back to it, but it was just me going, Okay, yeah, I can do that one. Ambitious card, you know.
But I feel like that's why I went wrong, because I was caught in two minds. It was a mixture between nerves and excitement, but I was caught between two minds of what trick to do.
Okay.
And ended up setting it up wrong. Put an extra card on top. So I knew if I had carried on, they would have seen their card when they weren't supposed to. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Also, one other thing, I was apparently reading someone's mind, and they wrote down Yvonne, right? I've never seen how Yvonne's spelled, right? Now, obviously, I know. So I was doing it to someone, and I've got them to write it down, blah, blah, blah. Then I've read BitBook, which is fine, so then I've gone back to the wallet, written down Paris, and now I'm trying to read her mind, right? So I'm getting the letters through, I do whatever the patter is, and then I get Y. I thought it was a U, but it weren't. And bearing in mind this woman was French, right? And then I'm getting O and N E. So I've got all but the second letter, but I knew it was a U or a V. Then I've said, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know if I'm picking up someone else here, but I can't actually put them together. Obviously, that's the most stupid thing because I've got all the letters. So I said, I'm not going to lie, I think it's actually you that I'm picking up. And she actually apologised and walked off. I'm not even lying. She actually walked off and was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's fine, it happens a lot. So she walked off, but in the end, I should have just wrote it down what I was getting. But I thought it was like Yoni or something because she was French, not Yvonne.
Yeah, no, but I can get that. And I can also imagine having a little peek of something that quickly. You sort of go, what was that?
Yeah.
I go, it's John.
Every single person in there had, like, I don't want to sound out of order, but they had a peculiar name.
Yeah.
And I asked people if they wanted to see magic, and they said no. Showed it to the next row, and then they come over to ask me, and I didn't perform them anything.
Yeah, well, you had your chance.
I said to them, you would have seen over the top, and I'm not got no offence. Don't be rude to me, and I won't show you a trick.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say it right.
No,
I did say I've got to get around everyone, so I can't, sorry.
Yeah, he's still got a bit to learn.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Now, I still do that now, if people are rude.
Yeah, but they was rude.
No.
Like, you know when they're like, oh no, she'll want to see it, like throwing her under the bus, and she was like, no, I'm doing something. And I was like, alright, fair enough. So I go on, then they come back. They don't even apologise. And I just say, do you know what? No.
Yeah. Can we see some of your No.
Yeah, you can't. Get on
Go
with your work. Go and
there.
do what you were doing earlier.
Do you know what? I'm really feeling that's a negative side of the room.
Yeah.
Let's bring the camera
No,
back
it
onto
is
us.
positive.
Come on.
No, that was
No,
real.
no,
No, this is real. This is the real
Yeah.
world.
That's all the fake. That's the fake side.
This is where all the love happens. Love and positivity.
Hugs.
And hugs.
Positive vibes, hashtag.
Yeah. He just mugged you off then as
What
well.
did he say?
About the positive, hashtag positive vibes. The trouble is, if you don't have positive vibes in your life,
Then what have you got?
what have you got?
What have you got?
Negative vibes.
What have you got?
Negative vibes.
Negative
The
side.
Alakazam lives are about positivity, love, friendship, family, enjoyment,
Yeah.
and magic.
And
So
hangman.
why have I had 24 hours of abuse since I've been here?
Because I get it all out
I
on
think
you,
John Kerry-
and I can be nice
John
to
Kerry
everyone
doesn't get
else.
treated like this when he's down. Otherwise he
John
wouldn't come back.
John Kerry's a
He
star.
works hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, he works hard. All you've done is you've come here and you've just annoyed us, and you've criticised my cameras. You've criticised my focusing on the cameras.
You're close up, Matt.
It's
Yeah.
just been negative.
You put eye drops in my eye yesterday, and I'm sure you done it on purpose to hurt me, making me lie down on the sofa.
Hello.
That really did happen.
It did
But
happen,
they
yeah.
weren't eye drops.
Right, well, we are already at 3:05. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, of course, to Mark Spellman and Harry over there. Wow, what else have we got to say apart from you're getting married on Saturday? Yay!
Oh yeah.
So, and I've got my crazy friend from Holland coming over on Friday.
Yay!
So if anyone's in London Friday, watch out, because me, Jenny, Leo and his beautiful wife will be in London town, so all hell is going to break loose.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck on that. Prize
right.
giveaway.
Oh, yes.
Mark,
Yes.
on Harry's phone, flick down, pick a name, and they're going to win a deck of Academy
Alright,
Elites.
Alright, go on then, flip through.
Oh. Without looking, right?
Yeah, and then stop at one name, shout it out for us.
I don't even know if it's moving, is it?
Yeah, it's moving. I can see that, yeah.
Alright.
Who you want?
I am on Darren
Snellgar,
Snellgar?
who's a member of the Magic Circle from the looks of it.
Darren
Oh.
Snellgar.
Snellgar.
Yeah, Snellgar. I'm reading that
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snellgar.
Congratulations, Darren.
You've won yourself a packet of Academy Elites. All you need to do is send an email in to sales@alakazam.co.uk with the subject line live competition. Put your name and address. We will send a pack of Alakazam Elites in the post to you. We are, I presume we're back. When did you go on your honeymoon?
Well, my last day is tomorrow.
Right, so you're not in next week. So next week on the live, it will be me and H. And we're hopefully going to try and do a vlog this week.
Yes.
We are going to try and get one. But for the next few weeks, please bear with us if the vlogs and the lives are a little skew with, because Dave's away for 2 weeks, and then as soon as Dave's back, I'm away for 2 weeks. But we will try and get content done.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the time we're all back, the new website will be live. And we can plan our big giveaway, which now will only happen when I'm back from holiday anyway. So unfortunately that's going to be another few weeks. But guys, thank you as always for joining us. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for shopping at Alakazam. And we've been noticing we're getting an influx of American and Canadian customers. We always had a lot of Europeans, but we're starting to get a lot more from America and Canada, which is great. So thank you so much.
Alakazam own items ship free worldwide.
Yep.
Remember that, people.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, guys, and we will see you at some point either this week or next week on one of our social media events. See you soon.
Last year, myself and the Alakazam Academy hosted an evening of the creepy and the macabre. We laughed, we cried, and we found it very hard to get to sleep afterwards. Due to the success of last year's course, Taboos is back, bigger, scarier, and with more jumps than ever before. In this 2-day course, we'll be delving into the history books. We'll be discovering how the bizarrists and mentalists of the past use vaudevillian techniques in their seances and their spook shows. And in the prop section, we'll be looking at how to age props, how to source props, and how to even use some of the tricks you already have in a bizarre setting.
The clown has been watching, clown has been spying. Catch the balloon before it drops. Catch the balloon before it
Pops. I'll be teaching you my handling of PK touches, and I'll be covering any questions you have about performing PK effects in the real world. Scripting, performance advice, theatrical technique, environment, choosing your audience, and being a responsible performer are just some of the things covered in this course. And don't forget, because of the live aspect of the Alakazam Academy, you can ask any questions you may have. From Ouija boards to haunted dolls. If you're looking to leave an impression on your audience and maybe explore the darker side of magic, then join me this October at the Alakazam Academy. He's done it.